Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your fellow investor here, and today I'm going to be talking about Ilustrato Pictures International with ticker symbol ILUS. I will go over their financial side, their balance sheet, if they're profitable or not, how they're looking, if they are a legitimate company, how many people know about the company, what is the latest news. And yes, it is a penny stock. Therefore, you'll need a broker who supports penny stock, such as Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, E-Trade and others. The easiest way how to find out if your broker actually supports OTC is to just type into Google the name of your broker and if it supports OTCs, and usually it works out that way. It's very easy, very simple, very quick. Or you can just type which broker in my country supports OTCs. Now let's go to the news. So when you look at the news, there's 6 days old news regarding to ILUS, and that's they signed a financing agreement with Toto Capital to launch an ILUS crypto token. So ILUS is a merger and acquisition company acquiring and developing technology-based companies globally. The company has already completed 2 acquisitions in 2021. ILUS has signed a groundbreaking agreement with Toto Capital, an innovative financing company, to produce and launch an ILUS crypto token. ILUS International has granted Toto Capital the branding rights to launch an ILUS branded crypto token, also often referred to as a crypto coin. The deal means Toto Capital will pay ILUS International a royalty on the token sales, as well as a substantial direct investment into ILUS, and Toto will also provide vendor lease purchase finance to ILUS customers for ILUS equipment. So overall, very good deal. Crypto is rapidly growing in popularity, and there is a vast, diverse global crypto community who are liquid with large amounts of capital available to deploy into viable and credible crypto coins or tokens. ILUS technology offers significant value to potential coin holders, and many emergency responders globally, especially much needed volunteer groups, do not have the capital required to fund their much needed equipment purchases. Therefore, the ILUS token will assist in the funding and availability of this much needed equipment. It is expected to simultaneously deliver value and growth to ILUS International shareholders and increase value and rewards to the ILUS token holders. In addition to the royalty payment on each token for use of the brand, Toto Capital will invest capital into ILUS International in the form of non-convertible, non-cumulative, non-voting, redeemable preference shares. The benefit to ILUS is a non-dilutive injection of equity capital that will allow the ILUS management to aggressively grow the ILUS business and carry out its acquisitions, share buybacks and strengthen its balance sheet. The total capital investment into ILUS International is expected to exceed $35 million over the next 18 to 24 months. So overall, very good investment for ILUS as the company. It will definitely strengthen their balance sheet, and I'll get through their balance sheet just in a few minutes, so we'll see how they are with it right now. The advantage of this to the token holders is that they could receive a return from the token as portions of the preference shares are redeemed from Toto Capital, and they could also receive an annual dividend and staking rewards for holding the tokens in addition to profits from the equipment lease contracts. Therefore, it's a lot of possible wins for people who get into these tokens. We would therefore hope that this should have a significant benefit to ILUS shareholders, ILUS token holders and responders requiring equipment. While the agreement is partially subject to the successful launch of the ILUS token, both ILUS and Toto Capital believe there should be a substantial demand for the token. The ILUS token will have a hard cap of 100 million coins, with an initial pre-sale release for 2 weeks during April and thereafter launched on several mainstream exchanges. There will be more information released about the token in the near future. So this maybe offers an opportunity. If you could get into this initial pre-sale, you could actually get some, very good deals, but I don't know if that's not going to be just for private investors or big institutions. We shall see. Alongside the ILUS token agreement, ILUS is also in the process of completing its Reg A application for $50 million, and although ILUS hopes not to utilize this securities approval, it is comforting for shareholders to know that the company will have access to adequate additional capital to execute its aggressive growth plans should it be required. So if we check out what Regulation A means, it means that it applies to public offerings of securities that do not exceed $50 million in any 1 year period. We can see that they will be still aggressive, but not that aggressive, so they won't have to go over this $50 million. If you'd like to know more about the company itself, definitely check their website. I'll put it in the link in the description. There's a lot of information about their mergers and acquisitions. Unfortunately, I'll not be able to put it in this video, but what I can show you is also their Twitter, where they have over 6,000 followers, which is quite a lot for such a company. And they are very active here. We can see once in 2 days they post somewhat an update to their shareholders, so we can see, and they answer some questions as well, so definitely free to check them out. Now to their security details. So we can see their market cap is $105 million, with unrestricted outstanding shares about 530 million. It's almost 50% restricted, 50% unrestricted. Therefore we can see they're saving some of these shares for probably some kind of private investments, which is of course only good to see that they have plan of expanding from this point of view. And we can see in the right upper corner they are verified, they're transfer agent verified, hence we can see they are a legitimate company. And if we check out their financials, we can see they don't have any revenue, they don't have any profit, and they are losing money. We can see net income minus $80,000. But if we check out their balance sheet right now, they have $3.7 million in total assets and roughly $600,000 in their total liabilities. Therefore, they are losing money, but they can afford it for quite some time. And we know from the previous article that they will be getting massive financial injection. Therefore, they will be definitely expanding, doing even more mergers and acquisitions, and there will be a lot in the news this year. And last but not least, we can see they have almost 6,000 watchers on StockTwits. Therefore, we can most likely tell they are not very new to the market. Well, obviously, because if we check it out, they ran up from sub-penny zone to almost 20 cents, which is quite a huge run up. And even people who bought for 1 cent, they are now still up 900% roughly, and I don't think they're going to sell out anytime soon. People who wanted to sell, I would say they sold here at the top, at the highs, and we can see it has kind of the same pattern. So I wouldn't be very surprised if next week or this week we would see, or even in next 3 weeks, we would see some kind of run up, because we see the same pattern in previous times in the history of this graph. And they have very good financial news, they have good products, they're interesting company, they look very interesting in the next weeks and months. So I'll try to keep an eye on this one, but there's so many picks, so many stocks that it's very hard for me to keep up with them all. Anyways, that was my look at this company, at this stock. I hope I brought you some value. If I did, definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new upcoming videos, as well as smashing the like button is highly appreciated and moves the channel forward. Also, let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts and opinions about this company. Do you think they have some potential? Do you think they're some kind of pump and dump? Do you think they are not trustworthy? Let me know. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.